tirelessly to be able to create a different paradigm than what they were living. When I think about the fact that it wasn't just race or color or gender that separated those who got on that bridge, they were from all over 50 years ago. There were Jews who understood that injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. There were those who were being discriminated against, African Americans who never knew what it was to vote. There were those who flew from other countries to say, we want to stand with Dr. King because we understand the importance of equality. And what really struck me was the fact that they didn't have to do it. And I don't know if I could have been that strong. I don't know if I would have put my life at risk. I don't know if I would have felt the same kind of conviction that in the horizon right in front of me, guns, hoses, tear gas, that we didn't know was going to actually attack, but just walking. I don't know about you, but I just scratch my head and I just think, Stacie, are you built like that? Would you be able to really stand for something, to be that convicted in your life that you would be willing to look fear right in the eye and to do it anyway? I don't even know if I can put that completely in context, what it meant 50 years ago, which is not that long ago, for them to take a stand. When I think about those who went through the Holocaust, anything that has just been just so devastating to humanity, that when we look across our history all over the world, at some point, at some time, it was those who decided to take a stand. It was those who decided that the status quo wasn't enough. It was those who decided that they were sick and tired of being sick and tired that made a difference, that made change. And I look at my life and I said, well, what have you actually done? Are we really utilizing all that is in front of us to do more than those who had less did even 50 years ago? And you know, I'm going to be honest with you right now. And I know there's some times where I wasn't as disciplined as I needed to be. Because if anybody can make an excuse, woo, child, I can make an excuse of why I don't want to do something, or why it's not the right time, or why it's just not as convenient as I would like. And I really had to ponder some of the images and the words and the captions and information that was being shared all over the media, on social media, and everyone talking about how they felt and their emotions of just reliving or thinking about those whose lives were sacrificed. And then it came right back to this Saturday, where a friend had a heart attack and left behind two babies, 9 and 5, who will never have their mother for sweet 16, never have their mother for turning 21 and becoming legal, never have their mother for the first serious relationship, and a husband left to try to figure it out. And I said, wow, her name won't make the history books necessarily. Her impact on what she did in the world will be felt by those who knew and loved her. But the legacy of who she is lives on in the lives of those young girls, her husband, and family, because in a short space of time of 43 years, she made a difference. I said, wow, what will my life mean when that day comes? Now, I don't want you to get sad. I don't want you to feel like, Stacie, I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to talk about it, because I sure know I have some family members. If you bring up the circle of life, they run and they don't even want to talk. They just, girl, I want to talk about that now. And I get it. I understand it. But when I think about the anniversary of summer, when I think about this life that was just gone, when I think about the things that I haven't done yet, when I think about all the excuses I've made for certain goals that I've set, when I think about the fact that as much as I've been given, am I really pushing myself to play full out? Am I really standing in that place of discipline that will allow me to really leave a legacy? So that's what I want to talk to you tonight about. The reality of how we frame our lives so that they matter for more than just a moment, for more than a few teardrops that might fall when we are no longer here, for more than just one story, but that our lives have lived in such a way that long after we're gone, it will still be talked about. When you think about Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., how long has it been since he left this earth of what many feel, and I agree, to be too soon? But his words, his speeches, his movement, it still lives on day to day. When I think about the recent press on Bobby Christina, Whitney Houston's daughter, and everybody around the world is shocked to hear something like this, and what we went through when we heard the loss of life. But her music, her movies, how she used her gifting and talent can still touch us right now. I had to look in the mirror and say, well, Stacie, what are you building? What is your legacy? What will be said about you? When I think about this platform that I have, the ability to hold a microphone, to tell a story, to capture stories, to work with individuals, to move and shift to the next best version of themselves, I have to give pause to appreciate the life of my grandmother. Some of you might have heard me tell the story before, and right now, as I am speaking to you, she is 97 and a half years old. August, God spare her life, she will be 98 years old, close to a century on this planet. And when I think about the fact when I was a little girl, and I'm only going to tell you, don't tell anybody, I was a little shy from time to time. Don't listen to all the stories where they said my mouth was always running. But there was one day I came home to my grandmother, and I wanted to be a part of this play at school. I don't know if you've ever had a moment in your life, you want to be transparent with me, I can feel you spiritually, that you wanted to go for something, but you didn't think you were enough. You didn't think you had what it takes. You didn't think that you were cut from the same cloth of those who achieve success. And in that moment, I came home and I said to her, Grandma, I want to be in this play. I'm just really excited about this. This is, the big school play. I want to play Mother Nature. I can see you laughing. Stop. But I wanted to play Mother Nature. That was it. It was like the crowning jewel of that play. And I said to her, well, I don't think I'm good enough. I'm not the most popular girl. I'm not the best looking girl. So, I don't know if it's going to happen for me. And my grandmother put her hand on her hip. She's only about 5'5", 5'6", with heels on. And she turned to me and she said, Luck now have nothing to do with it. Courage and will, perseverance and skill. These are the 4 leaves of Luck's clover. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I didn't even know what a clover was at that time in my life. I'm like, these Jamaicans have a saying for everything. I just want to be in the school play. But little did I know that those words, what I'm going to share with you tonight, have been the foundation of this work, the foundation of legacy building, the foundation of understanding that every single one of us has been destined to do our gift. Yes, mark that down. Every one of us has been destined to do our gift. Because guess what? There's only one of you on the planet. I can't do your job. Anita can't do your job. Les Brown can't do your job the way you need to use your gift, the way you need to write those books, the way you need to open up that real estate, the way you need to start your organization to help young children be able to eat each day, the way you need to use your voice to bring peace and harmony in the lives of others, the way you need to play that sport that will be able to finance education and opportunities for you. Whatever it is that you've been given, your gift, it was only given to you. So I'm going to give you these 4 leaves of Luck's clover, one by one, but you can write it all down now on your paper so you don't miss it. Courage and will, perseverance and skill. See, courage is something that just doesn't come overnight. We don't wake up and, whoo, there's a wave of courage going through our body. No, courage is something that you have to develop. I call it that courage meter that gets stronger and stronger each day as you put one foot in front of the other. When I think about those who step out and say, I'm going to start a business, step out and say, I'm going to go for that promotion, step out and say, I am going to develop myself to be the person that I'm looking for in that relationship that I desire. I think of those who have the courage that in spite of what's in front of them, whatever the bank account looks like, whatever the situation in the house might look like, whether the kids are grown or not, that they still have the courage to step out on their dreams. I'm going to tell you a story about a young lady who has started an organization that so impressed me. I just cannot get it out of my mind. Her organization is called Purses for Life. PFL is what they have on the logo. And guess what this organization is about? Helping domestic violence victims be able to maintain and retain their personal documents and records. Stacie, what are you talking about? Well, come to find out, she was a victim of domestic violence, and the day she got the courage to leave, she grabbed her daughter and she left. She left everything behind. She had no papers, no documentation, no license, no birth certificate, no information that could help her continue her life. And once she went through the red tape and the rigmarole to get everything together, she said, you know, if I just had everything in one bag, in one purse, that I could have just grabbed it and ran through the door, it would have made my life so easy in that moment. So she decided, she had the courage to say, not only did she leave to save her life, but then now she has developed an organization that collects gently and slightly used pocketbooks and purses that can be donated to shelters where they're domestic violence victims or where people are doing outreach, that they could get their own purse to put their personal documents, their license, birth certificate, passport, bank cards, whatever it is, all in one place. So when they get the courage to walk away and leave, they don't leave their entire identity behind. Wow. Would I have the courage to think like that in the midst of such a crisis? Would I have the courage to say to myself, I can get out. I can survive. This is not the end for me. Imagine how many lives she's saving because she had the courage to tell her story and then use her story to save someone else's life. Real courage. Real courage is doing it even in the midst of the fear. You know, when you're working out and you're getting back on track and doing the things that you need to do to stay healthy, and you start running or you start doing any sort of aerobic activity around your legs, I know there's a burn that happens in the back of your shin sometimes. And maybe it's just me because, you know, every time I start, the burn starts. But that burn, they tell you to feel the burn and do it anyway. Because when you pass that, that's when things start to level out. That's the kind of courage. She was in the midst of her own burn. She was in the midst of her own challenge. And she had the bravery to leave. But not only that, but to take that message and that story to prevent somebody else from going through what she went through after surviving. So it's all about survivors. Purses for Life. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. And then when I think about the courage, I want you to write down right now, what's the one thing, this is your first leaf of Lux Clover, what's the one thing that you can celebrate in this moment that you've had the courage to do? Because I know you've had the courage to do something, because sometimes we don't give ourselves enough credit. We don't put ourselves in a place where we can celebrate each step. I wish life was easy. I wish things would happen and line up just the way we want them to. But the reality is, life is hard. But you can do hard, just as Les Brown has said over and over again. You're still standing. Write down right now, what have you had the courage to do or survive? And then the second thing I want you to write down, what will you use your courage to do in the next 30 days? I'm being very specific, not 60 days, not 90 days, in the next 30 days. What will you have the courage to do? See, now is the time. Tomorrow is not promised. As we reflect on the lives of people who have gone before, who've done great, marvelous things, their legacy will speak for them. We're still building ours. So every time we open our eyes, we breathe in, we breathe out. It's a moment to reflect on what we're going to use this breath to do next. That second leaf of Lux Clover. Will. You've heard Les Brown talk about that on this call, and he shared the story of how America was figuring out how we would get into space, how we would do the same thing that was done before. Like, how would this country position and prepare themselves for the opportunity to make history? And the advice that was given were 5 words, 5 simple words. The will to do it. The will to do it. See, everybody listening, you have it in you already. What I'm sharing with you tonight is not something that you haven't heard, but it's a reminder that's speaking to the core of your being, deep down in your soul right now, that I hope that you are mildly uncomfortable with the words that I'm saying that are stirring you up, that are reminding you about the thing that makes your soul sing, the will to make a difference, the will to contribute to the legacy that you are going to leave on this planet. When I think about simple things that we can take for granted, it reminds me of the story of Derek Kayango. I don't know if you know his story. He was featured on CNN a few years ago as one of the CNN heroes. And he was simply someone who started a global soap project. Who knew? He saw that when he came to America, that at the hotels, once you use the soap, they would just throw it away. And he would go down to the front desk and say, well, I'm returning soap. They said, returning soap? We put new soap in the room every day. We don't use that again. And he saw a need. He had a will in his heart to do something that would benefit the lives of those back home in his country where his father actually manufactured soap. So soap that you go to a hotel or motel anywhere and you use and you just discard, that recycled soap was able to save lives in villages where they had no soap. Something that simple, something that we can take for granted. I said, Stacie, really? Could you have thought of something like that? How much do you waste, Stacie? How many things do you take for granted that people would love an opportunity to have, like a bar of soap? But Derek had something burning inside of him. There was something inside of him that said, I can't sit by and watch this waste. I can't sit by and know that there are people in need, that if I could just find a way to get all of this soap back to be recycled, if I can talk to a few people who might want to invest a few dollars, who might believe in what I'm doing, who might think that this is a worthy cause, I could save lives. It made me think. There's so many things I've thought of over the years, but I didn't take immediate action. And what Derek showed me is that when you have the will to do something, the how doesn't matter. Because when you step out, as you're listening to me now, there's something that you're doing, that you're planning, that you've been thinking about, that is inside of you. It's that burning sensation. You have the will to do it, and you've been waiting to figure out the how. I challenge you right now to write down, what is your will for your life? Write that down. What is the will for your life? What is that in the bottom of your gut that is speaking to you in the midnight hour, that you dream about, that you think about, that you focus on? What is that? I want you to write that down. And then I want you to put the next leaf of Lux Clover, which is perseverance. Now, this is the one that's sweetest to me because life is full of twists and turns. If you haven't gone through anything, just keep living. I promise you something will come to test just how much you want what you say you want out of life. See, perseverance, it puts you in a place of not taking no for an answer. One of the books that Les Brown wrote, It's Not Over Until You Win. It's about pushing forward. It's about moving in the direction of your goals and your dreams. Think about the things that you know you want to accomplish in your life. Think about the things that only you can do the way you do the things that you do. See, everybody doesn't have your skill, your talent, your ability. And while there may be many people who can do something that's similar, they can't do it the way you do it. And the ability to persevere, to keep moving forward, to not take no for an answer, to put yourself in the place to win is the only option. There's a story about a young girl named Bethany who lost her arm while surfing actually, because she's a surfer, by a shark attacking her and taking off her arm. Wow. I really said, Stacie, could you go back into the wide open sea where you lost a limb? You know, not like you lost a piece of jewelry or a necklace or an earring. This is your arm that a shark, S-H-A-R-K, shark, took off of your body. Would you be able to still push forward with the thing you love? Because that's what Bethany loved. She loved to surf. She loved the open sea. And do you know, she got back on that surfboard and continued to practice and push through the pain and the rehabilitation. And she persevered so that she could continue to win awards and races for surfing. Wow. Puts a whole new context to the word perseverance. Keep pushing. Keep going. Wherever you are right now, I have to say that to myself, because when you set out to do something good, when you set out to help other people, trust me on this, everything will rise up to test you, to make you second guess yourself, to make you stop moving forward, to make you give up right before your victory. Know that the darkest hour is right before dawn. This is your time. You cannot give up. We are depending on your victory, because every one of us that lives up to the greatness inside of ourselves, as Mr. Brown tells us every day, allows the next generation to do the same. Persevere no matter what. So I want you to put on your paper next, whatever big obstacle, whatever challenge, whatever disappointment, whatever it is that is in your way, that is trying to be a stumbling block, I want you to write it on that paper and take a big X and cross right through it. Because just as you're writing that X, as the stroke of the pen is going up and the stroke of the pen is coming down, that's how you're going to push past whatever that is, exit out of your way so that you can move forward with your dreams. Now, the last leaf of Lux Clover is the skill set. Now, this is where we really have to pay close attention. I want you to be honest with yourself, as I'm honest with mine, of what we need to do to develop and transform and reinvent and invest in ourselves to learn by means of our skill set. What I love about Mr. Les Brown is that he is a constant student. He continues to invest in himself. He continues to align himself with those who have information, resources, and knowledge bases that can help him take this platform even higher than it is. This is someone who's won every top speaking award from NSA to Toastmasters, who gets thousands of dollars per hour to speak, is still turning around and investing in his skill set. What an example for those of us that work with him. What an example for those of us that see how diligently he works his gift. That's the kind of inspiration that drives me. When I see those who are out diligently doing the work each and every day, learning social media. Now, I'm somebody who went kicking and screaming on this social media super information highway. I'm like, what is a tweet, text, Instagram, Pinterest? I have a headache. But the reality is, this is the new world. And if you're going to stay relative and competitive, you need to be prepared to do the work, learn everything that is necessary so your skill set can match your talent and gifting, and together you make a combination that's unstoppable. So what are the top 3 things you can work on? Just write that down. Just top 3 things. Long after you hear my voice and Anita closes out this call, what 3 things can you jump in and start to learn how to do? How can you invest in yourself? How can you invest in creating opportunities for your skills to continue to grow and improve? How many books are you reading on a daily, weekly, monthly basis? How are we expanding our mindset so that we can truly live in that place of living the legacy we will leave? Oh, that was a good one. Somebody tweet that out. Living the legacy we will leave. I just wanted to share where my heart was tonight. I hope that you understand how important it is to me to know that your voice, your life, your story, your gifting, it matters. It matters to Mr. Les Brown. It matters to Anita Hicks. It matters to myself. It matters to all of the platinum speakers who come on this particular call to pour into you, to inspire you to live your best life. See, when my grandmother shared those 4 leaves of Lux Clover, courage, will, perseverance, and skill, little did I know that I was paying homage to my great-grandfather, who was a headmaster in Jamaica, West Indies. And every morning he would gather the children together and have them repeat various affirmations. And when I made my first product and published it and brought it to my grandmother, she cried and I cried. And I said, Grandma, where did you get this from? Because, I put it on my platform. I'm letting people know about it, and I don't want to get sued. And that's when she shared that story with me. And I couldn't believe that those were the words that stuck with me through elementary school, high school, college, and beyond. That now I'm able to use those 4 leaves of Lux Clover to help people continue with what they've been given to be a blessing. Create their own luck, not sitting around waiting for things to happen, but making them happen. Having the courage to go forth. Having the will that they develop and they hold on to keep the vision. To be able to persevere when things are not easy and to constantly work on ourselves through the development of our skills. Wow. Great-Grandpa Roden, I had no idea that your great-grandbaby would be able to use your legacy to create another legacy for those who come after me. Really does something to me when I think about it. Those who cross the bridge, some whose names will never be known in Selma, have children and great-grandchildren that have gone on to do some amazing things because they understood and today still understand the importance of legacy. I can't wait to hear more about what you're building and what you're doing, because it's only together that we can change this world one person at a time. The 4 leaves of Lux Clover is a very personal and dear part of who I am. And I pray today that you received it in your heart, you wrote down your notes, and you are focused on how your legacy will make the difference on our planet. God bless you all, and God bless your dreams. That is my story tonight, and I'm sticking to it.
Wow. Stacie, powerful, powerful message. The 4 leaves of Lux, 4 leaves of Lux Clover. You had a very wise grandmother and grandfather. So, Stacie, I have a question for you. So,
yes, ma'am.
How young did you say you were when you were given these words of wisdom?
Between 9 and 10.
9 and 10. Wow. So when you went through elementary school, middle school, high school, were you able to apply these things, or when did it kind of start? It probably marinated throughout your life. When did you finally kind of get it, or did you start hanging on to it from the very beginning? I'm just interested in when it was your aha moment, like Grandma and Grandpa were really onto something.
Exactly. I would love to say that I got it right away, Anita, but tell the truth and shame the devil. I didn't get it right away. I sort of didn't get it right away. it took until, I believe, my college years when
Wow.
I started reflecting on the words. And I won't say it was like a loving haunt that would just be ringing in the back of my ears every time I set out to do something different, or I wanted to join an organization, I wanted to run for a leadership position, or I wanted to be a part of a program. It was like it would be whispering in my ear when I started to second-guess myself, when I started to second-guess my worth. If I had what it takes, if I really could do it, it was like it was in my ear, ringing and ringing. Until finally, I'm like, that's what the Jamaican saying meant. Courage and will, perseverance and skill. Luck is not something that just happens. You have to create it. And that's when it went off as a light bulb for me when I was in school. And it wasn't as clear as it is for me now, but that's where it started. And that's when the transformation began. And I was able to really live the words that I was hearing. Knees knocking, teeth shaking, stomach turning over, to
Come on
still
now.
push forward and do the thing that I know I've been called to do, and I dare somebody try and stop me.
You know, because when you were speaking those words, you said it with such passion and conviction. One of the things that Les tells us is that when we're speaking, we will hear the voices. And the voices are those that have spoken these words in our ears. And you said you heard it ringing in your ear. So you hear the voices of those that have gone before you, the shoulders that you stand on. I received it. I heard it. Stacie, you gave us a powerful message from your inward part. We got it. I got it. I hope everybody else got it. It was so powerful, powerful, powerful message. So tell the listeners on the call. I know that they want to be a part of Destiny Designers University. When is your book coming out? How can they connect to you? Because I know they want more. You've given them some action steps. So how do they get in touch with you?
Thank you so much, Anita, and thank you for telling me you got it. I just want to make sure I'm not cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. But anybody that's listening that wants to connect, here's the deal, Anita. I have 3 major events that I am a part of and conferences that I'm going to along with the classes that we're running. And I'm looking to work with 20 people. And why 20, Stacie? Because I want to give all of me, and I can't stretch myself to 500. There'll be opportunities for 500, 500,000 for us to just stay acquainted. But those who want to go deep, those who are ready to really make that legacy mark, those who are in that position in their lives where they know enough is enough, I'm not making any more excuses. They're like me. They're like, okay, this is it. I know what I have. I'm not going to let anybody tell me different. I'm not going to second-guess myself and compare myself to other people. I'm going to walk in my truth. I'm going to walk in my gifting. If that's you, I want to talk to those 20 people first. If that is you, I need you to send an email to a special email address, Destiny Designers University, all spelled out, Destiny Designers University at gmail.com. That is a special address that's being created just for these 20 people. We're going to have a series of interviews to talk to you to make sure that you're a match for what I want to give, because maybe what I have is not for you, or what you're looking for is not what I'm giving at this moment. I want to be clear because it's a blessing for you to interact with me, for you to choose to want to be a part of the work that I'm doing. So I don't take it for granted, and I want to make sure I qualify those who feel that I am the conduit to that next best level of yourself. And if that's you, those 20 people are going to have an opportunity to travel with me from New Jersey to Dallas to Atlanta for 3 significant programs that are going to change their lives, where I'll be training and speaking and giving out some of my secret sauce. So those for the 20 people. Now, for everybody else, I will not be insulted if you say, Stacie, I'm not in that 20, but I want to hang out with you 1 or 2 more times and see what else you have to say and any other nuggets. I would love for you to connect with me by going to my website right now for a free gift, StacieNCGrant.com. That's www.StacieNCGrant.com. That's NC like North Carolina. Don't put a Y in my name because I might pass out. That's www.StacieNCGrant.com. Click on the newsletter and sign up for that. You're going to get an immediate free gift. And then all of you who are on the call tonight, I'm going to send you a special bonus with an interview that I did with none other than Mr. Les Brown himself. And that way you'll be able to stay connected with me. You'll find out about the university offerings You'll get those emails and information, but I don't want to inundate you. Only if you feel we can have some more conversation. If you give me permission to stay a part of your life, I would love for you to connect with me that way. There's no cost to do it. You just get the free gift by going to the website and getting the newsletter. But for the 20, because the spaces are closing out, I don't even know how many are left. I didn't check with my assistant before I got on the call. But you are in for an awesome opportunity to travel with me and for me to pour into you on a very special Destiny Designers program that is going to open up doors, allow you access to people in my network, and be able to help you really put your stake in the ground and create the legacy that you are going to leave on the planet. So remember, that email goes to destinydesignersuniversity@gmail.com. Write out the whole thing, destinydesignersuniversity@gmail.com. I look forward to working with those of you who will allow me to be of service.
Well, Stacie N.C. Grant, Dr. Stacie N.C. Grant, you have been a blessing on this call. We appreciate you so much. And listeners, you have the contact information. So connect with Dr. Stacie N.C. Grant, those 20 who are going to truly be blessed. And on this call, our goal is to help you take action. Dr. Stacie has given you some action steps. So we're hoping that you reach out to her and contact her to be a part of Destiny Designers University. Now, for those of you on the call that want to connect with Les Brown's Platinum Speakers, because you heard the finest, you heard Dr. Stacie right here tonight. If you want to be a part of Les Brown's Platinum Speakers, you can go to LesBrownPlatinumSpeakersNetwork.com or LBPSN. I'll say that one more time, LBPSN.com. Take a look at all of the platinum speakers that are out there, and you'll get an opportunity to see what they're doing. And if you want to be a part, please connect with me, Anita at AnitaHicks.com. That's ANITA at AnitaHicks.com, and I will give you all of the information that you need to connect with us. And Mr. Brown asked me to mention the fact that his daughter, Ona, is having a, we want you to connect with her because she's having a cross-country tour, Own Your Dreams, March the 27th through April the 11th. So if you're interested in being a part of that tour, the cross-country tour, I want you to go to Ona Brown's website. You can contact her at info@Ona, O-N-A, Brown.com. That's info@ONABROWN.com. Now, Stacie, yes. I know we've said a lot. I'm going to give you the final words tonight before I close out because I feel like there's somebody that needs to hear your final last words.
Thank you so much, Anita. And I know we are over time, but I feel there's somebody that wants to get a word out. Do we have at least 1 minute? Because, I only have about 1 minute because we have another commitment. Can we open up the lines for 1 minute? Something is burning inside of me that somebody wants to say something. I don't know who it is. Do that.
Okay, so here's the deal, callers. We know we hear the voices the same. We want to hear some new voices, so let's let some of the ones that need to get through. We appreciate everyone calling in, but those that don't often call in, we want you to star 6 to unmute your handset to if you have a few.
All callers are muted and may unmute themselves by pressing star 6.
Okay, well, the lines are unmuted. If you have a comment or question, you can press star 6. We'll take about 1 or 2 comments or questions.
Go right ahead. I heard someone unmute.
Yes.
I heard someone trying to unmute there, Anita, but we won't wait because we have another call.
Absolutely.
Hey, this is,
okay.
Hello? Yeah, this is Josh.
Hello?
Go
ahead, young lady. Let the young lady go through.
Hi, Stacie. My name is Ashley Ball. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. Just moved to Milwaukee, Wisconsin about 5 months ago, and I am trying to send you an email, and for whatever reason, the universe is trying to block this for me. My email will not go to you. It's sitting here in the outbox, and it's acting like it's trying to get there, but it will not get to you. And I want to be one of the 20. I want to be a part of this.
Absolutely. Well, I'll give you my office line. Let's do that just for timing. 718-525. 525. 6184.
6184.
Right. And so
Thank
you can
you
call
so
me
much.
Ashley. Thank you, Ashley, for pushing through. The devil is alive. We're going to connect. And
He sure is.
Pressing sand. All right. Thank you so much,
Thank
Ashley.
you so much.
Great to hear your
God
voice.
bless.
All right. There was one other
Hey,
gentleman.
Stacie, this is
Yes.
this is Jeff Shine from Huntsville, Alabama, the Rocket City, and I just want to say you did fantastic. You have a wonderful evening, and God bless you. Love you lots.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you. I appreciate that. I see the emails coming through, so keep pressing. Our numbers are filling up, but thank you so much. I heard there was one more other voice there.
Stacie.
Yes,
Hello?
go right ahead. Yes.
Hi, Stacie. I'm in Dallas, Texas right now, and you said you were coming to Dallas, Texas with the university?
Yes, I'll be down there for Fraser Net.
Yeah, I'm interested, but I have children, and I just, this is my first time getting on Les Brown, but all the stuff you say motivate me, and everything you say, you were speaking straight to me, and I just thank you.
Oh, you are welcome.
You
are welcome, and I want you to still email me. Bring your children to the event in Dallas. This is about moving forward now. Every moment counts.
Amen.
Don't let any excuse get in the way. Go ahead and send me that email. Don't worry about the how. Just keep focused on the why.
Okay, because I got your number and I got the email, so I will be getting with you.
Awesome.
All right. God bless you, Stacie.
God bless you, too. Thank you.
Love you, my sister.
Oh, thank you, my brother, and sending you more love back.
Amen.
I think we have time for one more. You're welcome. Okay, Anita, I know.
Hello, thank you, Stacie.
Oh, you're welcome. And to everybody who can't unmute in time, you're welcome. And I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. But Anita has to close down the call because we have a...
All callers are muted.
Well, everyone, thank you so much. You have been commissioned tonight by Dr. Stacie N.C. Grant. We invite you next week to join us, to invite someone on the call, connect with us, connect with Dr. Stacie N.C. Grant at Destiny Designers University. And as I always remind you each and every week, never, ever, ever give up on your dreams, because the world awaits your light, your authentic gift. God bless you all, and God bless your dreams. This is Anita Hicks. Good night to everyone. Good night, Stacie. Thank you so much for a great call tonight.
Thank you, my sister. Good night to you. Good night, everyone. Make it a great life. Bye for now.